Hey y'all, Edward the Lego Texan here with another speed build for you. Today we're building set 71374 Lego Super Mario, the Nintendo Entertainment System. I've been waiting a long time for the right time to build this particular set. I grew up a child of the 90s, so I had a Nintendo Entertainment System, eventually Super Nintendo, and so on and so forth. So when Lego came out with this, I had to have it. And if you watch my content up to this point, you know I recently built the Atari. I had a lot of fun building that one. I still am trying to get my hands on the Pac-Man arcade set to complete my video game collection. But this one has been sitting in my backlog for the longest time. It is time to finally build it. 2,646 pieces. Let's take a look at the back of the box really quick. So yeah, you get the Nintendo console, which does open up and you can actually insert a game cartridge. It also has a game controller, and it comes with the TV, which by turning this little handle right here makes this scrolling of level 1-1 of the original Super Mario Brothers game appear as a side scroll on the TV build, and I'm super excited to build this. So let's go ahead and cut the chatter and let's get to it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my review of the Nintendo Entertainment System. I'm going to jump around to different aspects of this build because there's several components. I'm going to go kind of no particular order. I'm going to start with actually the last thing I built, which was the stand for the TV. My opinion on this, it's a little flimsy, and you have to be very careful moving the TV while it's on the stand. You can't just simply slide it on a table. It's got a tendency to come apart. These feet are just stud attached, so very easy to have them come apart if you move in the wrong direction. I need to find something a little bit more stable. I think there's plans for a more stable TV stand on Rebrickable. I thought I saw one. I was browsing one day. I may have to check that out. But for display purposes, if you're just letting it sit still, this will work just good enough for you. Moving on from that, I'm going to talk about the controller, which was the last section of the first half of this build. So here's the controller right here. Unlike the Atari controller, it doesn't have any kind of range of motion or any of the other movable, playable aspects of it. These are not pushable buttons. It is entirely brick built. And on top of that, and this is kind of a personal dislike for me, on the back of it is not tiled off. It's just open stud. And I'm not a really big fan of that. They could have gone a little further on this and tried to figure out some way to tile off. They did it for the Atari cartridges. All the game cartridges on that system, they're plated all the way around. So, or they're tiled off all the way around. So that was very, very cool little touch. I have a similar complaint with the game cartridge. Now, the front of the game cartridge looks great. It reminds me very much of the old Nintendo cartridges, just a little smaller. But again, the back of it is not tiled off, and that kind of irks me a little bit. Again, this will be a display model, so you won't even see the back, but it's an extra detail that LEGO could have taken, the designers could have taken. One function that I do like about the game cartridge, it actually does fit inside the console. So if you open the door of the console, and you can insert the cartridge like so. It even has the same push down motion that the old systems used to have, and then press down, pull it out. That internal mechanism was kind of a hefty build, I'll give it that much. And snap shut again. And on this side of it, if you lift this cover off, take a look at this, you get a little miniature build of level 1-2 and hidden on the side of the console, which I think is also a very nice little hidden Easter egg. Always appreciate when LEGO takes that extra step on builds. Now, on to the TV, which was the bulk of this. It took up about almost two-thirds of the build, was building this TV. And of that, like a good 5 build stages went into just building this interior track. And that simulates a scrolling game environment, which I think is probably my favorite function in this whole set. Turning the crank on the side here gives it the side-scrolling effect. You even have a jumping Mario that moves with the landscape. Very, very cool effect. It's probably one of my favorite. I kept playing as I was building. When I built this, I kept playing with this because it's just a really cool design. I love that LEGO took that extra step to design this part of the build. Also, on the back, there's an antenna on the TV that you can use for display purposes. I'm going to keep mine down. My shelf isn't that tall, so I'll probably keep my antenna down. So that's fine. Also, a little play function. And this one, I had to go an extra mile on a build for this build. If you take off this top panel off the TV, pops right off, you'll notice that there is a little sensor that was designed for all the Mario starter kits. So you can actually place your Mario figure, if you have the starter kit, on this, and it will respond to the turning of the crank on the TV build. I personally did not have one. I never got into the Mario sets. My kids did. I know they had one, but I wanted to get mine. I want to borrow theirs. So I went on Bricklink and bought a Mario figure. Actually did end up being cheaper than buying a starter kit. So that did save me a little bit of money there. Was able to part out this figure only and buy the parts for this figure only. And turn it on for you. And you hear, comes on. If I put it on the it plays the Mario tune, which is really cool. And if you move it just into the gap right in front of the sensor and then turn the crank, it will actually respond to the color tiles that are in the top of the track. Let me show you. There's water, fire, desert, water again, grass, and if you leave them on the red one too long, it does that. And if you move it, he's back again. So that was a really cool little play feature. I like how he closes his eyes when you turn him off. So I had a ball building this. At the same time, it was also at times very frustrating to build parts of this. There's some of the technic aspects of this. Technic is not my favorite theme, so I don't really have. I have one poly bag that's a Technic set that I haven't built yet. Other than that, I'm not a really big fan of Technic unless it's necessary for a build, which it has been more and more. I've noticed that in sets. I mean, especially the more 18 plus sets, you have to get more Technic involved to build a set. I think it's used a very good effect here in this particular set. I highly recommend it if you have not had the chance to pick it up. It's a little costly, $270. And as of the recording of this video, it's still available to purchase. I cannot recommend this enough. I had so much fun building this, and I hope you guys had fun watching this. I want to give a shout out to the Bricklink store that I bought this Mario from. I have their business card. They sent it to me in with the package. They are Blue Cat Bricks out of North Dakota. You want to get their information, pause here, get the information off the card, and go find them on Bricklink. You know, they did a very good job. This thing shipped very quick. I had it within a week. So they're very quick. They had the parts I needed. They were very efficient. It was wonderful, very quick. So shout out to them. If you like what you've seen, please give me a like and a subscribe here. Also, please follow me in my other socials, Instagram and TikTok. Links are in the description. Please give me a follow there. And that will do it for today. Keep on building, guys. Bye.